Good day. I'm very privileged to be part of this All Philippines Online Summit. Today, I'll be discussing about the role of education in evangelization of all the Filipino youth. In Christian Educators Network, which is the arm of PCEC in Christian education, we do believe that godly education should start from the teachers. And hence, what we do is to train them, give them support and equipping and serving them in different platforms so that they will be able to implement education that is honed for evangelization and discipleship of the children that they are handling. Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD, says that the students have this capacity to set a goal, effect change, act responsibly, and reflect. This principle is very important to be embedded in the heart of Christian educators. In this sense, it will motivate them more so that they will have to really implement a godly education. Integrating biblical principles in the mind and heart of the youth will help them to set a goal for themselves that will be crucial in their growth holistically, physically, intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. That is my viewpoint of a holistic growth in a child. It will also affect a positive change in their own personal lives. They will also learn how to act responsibly by taking care of themselves, their loved ones, their community, and all the people within their circle of influence. They will also have to learn how to reflect and be able to view their adversities as positive opportunities for them to grow in their lives. And also they would be able to reframe those negative past experiences and also the present experiences so that they will be able to view life as the Lord would want them to see it in a godly perspective. Hence, this godly education would pave way for our students, the Filipino youth, to know Christ and know Him deeply so that they will grow like Him. So how do we take part in this journey? So practically, we make, number one, a strategic guidance program. This strategic guidance program will run for the whole school year. We create avenue for us to know their multiple intelligences. We conduct career orientations. We conduct programs for their personal development. And then also we have avenue for special topics such as gender sensitivity. In this way, the students will be able to realize their gifts and their possible careers in the future where the Lord will be using them mightily. And also, as they grow personally, they would have to grow in their rational abilities, in their emotional abilities, and also their spiritual abilities. These quotients will be helpful for them to reach their goals for themselves, for their loved ones, and for the country at large. As we implement the strategic guidance program, we have this in our mind that we are honing these children entrusted to us by the Lord to grow, knowing Him deeply in their hearts and in their minds. In that way, they would be able to view things the way the Bible and God would perceive it. As a result, we will have a better world to live in. Another thing is the curriculum mapping. So to be able to have a real good godly education, we must have a coherent curriculum. And when we talk about coherent curriculum, we say we have an organized and purposeful curriculum designed to facilitate learning. The biblical integration must be intentional so that in all subject areas, God is seen and God is experienced. One of the strategies that I have devised is a teaching method called REAP, REAP. When we say REAP, uh, it's actually engaging the students into number one, reflecting. So R is for reflecting, E is for engaging, and then A is for adapting, and letter P is for personalizing. So we use this strategy so that the students will be able to uh, make use of what he is learning in class in his own personal life. This strategy is very helpful even in the midst of the pandemic now that we are only implementing remote learning. It is not just important that we know that they are learning cognitively, but to make sure that they are using what they are learning, then it has to be personalized. And personalizing what they're learning is actually it cannot be done overnight. So it takes time for us to know that the child has really personalized um, the things that he is learning. For instance, we track the daily ways of the child on how he is dealing with things by means of the journaling. So that is one of the tools that we are using in education at the moment. This brief strategy is very helpful, especially now that we are really trying our best so that we'll be able to actively communicate with our students. So by reading their journals and by conducting interviews with our students, we are able to know them deeply and how they are using the biblical principles embedded in all the subject areas in their own personal lives. Currently, Christian Educators Network is taking a lot of initiatives so that evangelism and discipleship will really take place in schools where we are partnering with. Example, we have already partnered with Schools Division Office of San Juan. We conducted webinar for their teachers so that they would be able to spiritually conquer the challenges that we are now facing coexisting with this pandemic. Also, we have this project on the values formation of the children as they will have to be taking place in their classes. But we need a lot of volunteer teachers so that we'll be able to help them evangelize and disciple all their students in the public school, meeting them once a week via online distance learning. We're also conducting parenting webinars so that the parents would also be educated on how to take part in the holistic growth of their children. Christian Educators Network is also very active every month. So we are meeting via Zoom, and then we are streaming it live via Facebook. We call it Thank God It's First Friday. So it's an hour of Vesper prayer with the teachers. Dedicated to the holistic wellness of the teachers, prayer for the educational system of the Philippines. We're praying for Secretary Briones and all the Undersecretary of Education. And then we are also praying for the missionary teachers around the globe. We're also having national conferences. Just recently, we had our conference with CPD units at a very minimal cost so that the teachers would really be helped in terms of their professional growth. We are also partnering with different private schools so that they will have their insets in service training seminars. With the help of SEDNet, so that we can give a free service for all of them. In this way, we are encouraging them to implement the godly education that we are we are envisioning for them to implement in their own school so that the students will really know and learn more about Jesus Christ. As a conclusion, I would say that uh, all of this, no, all of this will have to have the best impact if we will all do this on a daily basis. The implementation of this godly education must be on a daily basis. The importance of the education sphere in the evangelization of the whole Philippines or the Filipino youth is we get to meet our students daily, and hence with all their growth every day, we will be able to ensure that there would be a clear path that these children of ours will have to grow in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man, as Jesus did when he was here on earth. Thank you very much.